What's up everybody? If you are a visitor, karibu sana kwenye familia ya MARYALLANO, and if you're a regular, you guys, I love you so much. Okay, my name is MARYALLANO and karibu sana to my channel, and if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. Welcome to the big family. And you guys, my guys, you know, if you see me, you see good things. And guess what, you guys, today we have an amazing topic of today, and today we're gonna talk about being a good parent. Okay, I know most of the guys out there, you really didn't. Okay, this always falls to new parents who are women, because for men, I don't believe if they always lose anything in a relationship or in getting a baby, you know, like their life continue being the best. Okay, sorry guys, if you're Mzungu and you're watching this, I'm gonna mix Swahili and English. Forgive me guys if you don't understand, but I'll use a lot of English in there. So my guys, you guys, I was saying that today we're gonna talk about being a good parent, and I know not everybody who has a baby really wanted to be a parent, but you guys, today I'm gonna help you to becoming a good parent, to accepting, kwa sababu inasemekanaje, mtoto akija hatupwi na mtoto akija ni baraka, but wengine wenu najua mnasema that if a baby comes at the wrong time, it's always a hard time. Forgive me guys, I'm gonna use this book to talk more about it and to continue explaining to you more about it. So now let's get to bed to be based on the babies, you know. Then we will come to how can I control myself so that I can become a good parent. How can I behave not to show my child that I don't love him or her. Okay, but for a child, I always advise, and I will advise you to just boost your child's self-esteem. Don't show that baby that you guys, you know what, I didn't want to. Try to boost the self-esteem. Why? Because if you're talking to that baby in a harsh way, or you're shouting to that baby in a harsh way, the baby is gonna fear you. And what's gonna happen? The baby will always be afraid of you every time the baby sees you. You know, and that's not what we want. You know, you have already gotten the baby, and I always advise you guys that you should just, you know, put yourself in that child's shoe. You can imagine how it could have been if your mama didn't love you. You know, I know you don't want to do that to your baby because it's very painful, you know. Yeah, so try your level best to boost your child's self-esteem. Second one is that make some time for your kid. You know, okay, I understand we want to make money. I understand we want to live a good life. I understand hakuna mtu anataka kukula shida. I understand all that. But what about the baby? You know, most of the babies don't communicate. Why? You don't give them time. Most of the babies want to have time with their parents, but they don't always get it. So try your level best to make some time for your baby. Okay? I repeat again. Assume you were that baby and your mother was treating you that way. I know the feeling is not nice, but since you have already given birth to that baby, the baby is growing, the baby knows you're the mom or you are the dad. Try to make some time for your baby. Pesa hukuja na pesa huisha. Okay? Alright, my good people. Okay, we go to the other point. Be a good role model. I know this is based on a lot of things, you know, but try your level best to be the role model. Hard work, but we didn't say hard work and then you don't make some time for your baby. Make some time for your baby, yo. Okay, the baby will forget you are the parents. You know the pain, eh? Always advise them on the right way. You know, okay, I'll talk on my own scenario. Most of the time I used to go to my mom and I always asked her, Mommy, this is happening to me. And okay, this for some of us who were lucky enough to have good parents who listens to them, you know. My mom would always tell me, sit down here, tell me what the issue is, because it reaches to a point, especially for a girl child, it reaches to a point that you can't, your mom can't keep on beating you, always. You know, it reaches to a point that you just tell your baby, sit down there, we talk. it's always nice. It's always amazing. Why? The baby always takes that very personal, and they keep it in their heart that even when as they grow up, if they have an issue with anybody, like for instance for me, if I have an issue with you, or I have an issue with my mom, or I have an issue with a friend, I always call you aside. Can we talk? What happened? Why did you do this to me? Why did you behave like that? Always be a good role model to your baby. It stands in so many ways, okay? All right, okay. Always show your love is unconditional. Now, I know this kind of tricky, okay? But always show your baby that your love is very, very unconditional. Especially this falls to the parents who have more than one kid. You know what it happens. You know how it happens, huh? You'll find that some of the parents, they always favor one baby. Or maybe I, as MARYALLANO, sometimes I'm like, oh, mommy, in school we were told that we should get some books. And then my sister, Monica, she comes and tells my mommy, Mom, we were told we should buy some pens. And then what happens to my mama? She buys my sister the pen, and she doesn't buy me the book. What's the meaning of that? You're trying to divide them. And what happens to me? I'm a human being. Despite of me being a baby, I'm still a human being. I have feelings. I know how it feels, So try your level best for your love to be very, very unconditionally for your baby. Especially if you have more than one baby. That thing really affects that baby. Even when the baby grows up, the baby will always feel like, but my mom never loved me. My mom always loved my sister. My mom always loved my brother. When I ask for some things, my mom doesn't consider me as her baby. Okay? Try your level best for your love to be very, very, very unconditionally. Make communication a priority. That's another thing also. That falls to being a role model, as I talked earlier. Like, if you have an issue, communicate. Communicate, okay? Don't come and start beating your child without telling the baby what you just did. I'll give a good example with myself. When my mom used to beat me, she always told me, now sit here, Mary. This is what you did, and this is why I'm fighting. I'm caning you. Now what's gonna happen? Bring ende hiyo mwiko ama ende hiyo slippers kujalala hapa chini. And do you know how that felt? Okay, even if I'll feel some pain, of course I'll be like, nimeelewa, nimekusikia. Unaniget? So always try to make that communication a priority. Communication is very, very nice. Very nice. Okay, for instance, let me just say, in a relationship with your boyfriend or your girlfriend, and that boyfriend doesn't makes a mistake, and since you're this person of a lot of temper, you don't feel like telling the person, and you're so mad at him, but you don't communicate, and the boyfriend will be like, what is wrong with you? Why are you having these all dramas? But if you could have communicated it, it could have been so easy. Now the boyfriend falls to the baby. The baby is like, why didn't you tell me, mommy? Okay, the baby won't tell you that, but deep down in his or her heart, it'll be like, why didn't you tell me that, daddy? You just came and slapped me and started fighting me. You guys, children, take care of children. Whatever you do to a child, the child always remembers. It's like a cycle, Yeah. So, communication, a priority. Communicate to your child. Know the needs. Huh? What happened to school, daddy? What happens to school, mama? Why aren't you eating food? What happened? Also making time, falls on making time. What happened? Why didn't you do your homework? Oh, a teacher caned you. Okay, what did you do? But not being like, okay, some teachers always exaggerate these things, not always be like, but teacher told me this. No, shut up, lie down. That is not good. That is not good. That is not good. Try and communicate. Try and ask your baby, where is the problem? Why are you doing this? And as Africans, if it reaches to a point, you just slap that baby. But don't do it in a violent way. Many videos are going around that children are being mistreated and all that, and it's not a good picture, to be honest. So try your level best not to fall onto that, and not only because of government, but also because of that child. The child will always remember what mommy did to the child. Okay. Right. And be flexible and willing to adjust your parenting style. Make it a little enjoyable. Be flexible. A child is like, mommy, I want to do this. Go play with the child. Not being like, no, you go play with other children, No, be flexible. Oh, you want us to ride the bike? Your bike? But I can't fit on your bike, so let me go take another bike. We'll ride on it, okay? Oh, you want us to clean here? Okay, come, let's clean. Or sometimes maybe you find the baby is just playing around, and you're like, hey, can I join you? That's what I'm trying to say. Kinda try to be flexible to your child. Don't be too, don't be too mature. Let me just say it like that. Don't be too mature. And that's how you always find, I'm sorry to say this, but this will fall to Africans. That's how you see most of the whites, they bring up their child in a very, very good manner. Although there are some who don't bring up their child in a good manner, like they just make it too flexible for the child to be comfortable with you, to an extent that a child is even using abusive language towards you, and you're like, no, Dad, you're not supposed to do that. No, not being as flexible as that, not being as easy as that, not being as nice as that. Like, know your limits. With that, the baby will be so comfortable with you. Try to make the environment be very comfortable with your baby. Don't stop your baby from playing. Don't stop your baby from, doing this and then and that. Because that baby, at the end of the day, the baby goes out, the baby meets other children in school, and they'll talk. My daddy did this to me, my mama did this to me. And what will happen to the baby? Oh yeah, my daddy doesn't do that to me, my mommy doesn't do that to me. So don't fall onto that category. And with that, you're gonna be a good parent. Okay, your baby will be very comfortable with you. Like, it's all based on how you react towards your baby. Don't be too harsh. Okay? Alright. With that, you guys, my guys, I hope that we have learned something. We have spent only like 14 minutes, but I hope with those 14 minutes, you have learned something, or you have verified something that you were trying to weigh, and you felt like, no, I don't think it's gonna work, and all that. But I will come back with another video of what can I do to stop being a bad parent, because sometimes you find that you're really trying to be a good parent, but the baby doesn't really understand it. The baby feels like, mommy is too harsh, daddy is too harsh on me, So I'll come back with another video of how you can be a good parent, how you can stop being a bad parent. Yeah, this one that we were discussing, it was how to be a good parent. Now the other one will be how to stop to be a good parent, because I know most of the parents out there, they're trying to be a good parent, but you find that you're just always messing up everything. So we're gonna come back with another video with all that. My guys, you guys, this is the end of the video. Thank you so much for staying here. We'll come back with more and more and more of interesting conversation about this. I hope it's gonna help you, and in case of any question, please don't forget to drop that comment. Drop it and I will respond as quick as possible. Don't forget to click that subscribe button. It's a girl, MARYALLANO. Until next time, I love you, all my good people. Mwah, 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 mwah.